Hello everyone, I would like to introduce you to our oral presentation this afternoon. There will be two of us presenting this afternoon. My name is Temo Kopela Kamba. I'm from the village of Ndoi, in the district of Omo, in the province of Lao. My colleague here, her name is Rosnia.
I'm from Samonekabati.
I will be presenting first on the first half of our presentation, and she will go take us through on the second half of the presentation. Human life based as it is on the cycle of life from birth to childhood to adulthood and old age. Also brings with it generational based attitudes and ways of seeing things. Vision Minister Honorable Praveen Bala stated at the International Youth Day celebration in Mombasa, I quoted, "This is how human society has evolved globally. Yet, there are important local elements to how we see and define intergenerational relations and how we can then approach solidarity among generations." The contents of our presentations. Firstly, I will introduce you into our research topic, that is on the SDG 30, the Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 altogether, but we will only be presenting on SDG 13, that is on climate action. Second, we will be talking about Fiji youth advocating for intergenerational solidarity in climate action. This is through a case study in which youths are taking part in the advocating of climate change. And thirdly, the benefits of the youth and the community from this workshop. Then we will be concluding a presentation and also our references. Let's start off with the introduction on SDG 13 climate action. What is it about? Firstly, it focuses on taking urgent and ambitious action to combat climate change and its impacts. Secondly, it's the strengthening resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-related hazards and natural disasters. Thirdly, integrating climate change measures into policies and planning. Fourth, awareness on climate change mitigation and mobilizing financial resources to support low carbon and climate resilient development. Lastly, it is critical to mitigating the worst impacts of climate change and creating a sustainable future for all of us. As you see in the picture on top, on the left, we have the adaptation, and secondly is the mitigation. These are two measures that we are currently doing in order to combat climate change. Through adaptation, it involves modifying our decisions, activities, and ways of thinking to adjust to a changing climate. And mitigation, it is the aim to reduce the causes of climate change. Fiji youth advocating for intergenerational solidarity in climate change. When we talk about intergenerational solidarity, that is the social action between generations. How people of different generations relate to, help, and depend on each other in their everyday lives. When we say solidarity, that means unity. We work together in agreement, or we express our support in an activity in order for us to achieve something. Why is it solidarity important? Solidarity makes communities strong because it brings residents closer together, reduces conflicts, and encourages them to share their time and help each other when needed. Everyone benefits from being part of the same community, whether it's large or small. On the topic discussed, in this workshop that we've already discussed on top, it's the community efforts to reduce devastation risk and address climate change. In the lead up to International Youth Day, 100 Fijian youth from Central, Western, Northern, and Eastern Division, they took part in a workshop to share their experiences and renewed commitment to advocate in the intergenerational solidarity in the fight against climate change. As you see it in the picture, these are the youths that took part in this workshop. The youth's call for intergenerational solidarity emphasizes the need for collaboration between different age groups. And secondly, they recognize that the impacts of climate change will affect us all throughout our generations. By bridging the gap between young activists and older decision makers. Lastly, they demonstrate that everyone has a stake in combating climate change and that the responsibility lies with each and every one of us sitting in this room. My colleague will take us through in the next part of the presentation.
Benefits of the youth and community. To advance youth-led community initiatives, the workshop provides a platform for them to connect, exchange knowledge and lessons about their club activities. We talk about how we may have effectively support local initiatives with young people from several youth groups around Fiji. It gives youth clubs a chance to advance their work in disaster risk reduction and climate change mitigation in their neighborhoods. How they can better contribute towards overall efforts of the communities. One of the participants from the Nakama Youth Club stated, I find this platform quite beneficial because my village has been experiencing the effects of climate change for the past few years. My community is bordered by a river, so when it rains heavily, we endure flooding. Through this program, I hope to learn some methods and may collaborate with my village to lessen the effects. The young people that participated also took part in the Imagine Ventures Youth Challenge, a global project with young people to build and execute solutions that are inclusive, non-discriminatory, and gender transformational. That is the website where we can find the Imagine Venture Youth Challenge. Their main vision is to bring together bright young minds to overcome some of the biggest challenges facing their generations. The new knowledge and ideas we share amongst the youth through an interactive group camp will also renew commitment towards youth-led community action to combat climate change. It will enable youth to better communicate and network on this issue with government, ministries and development partners, and also to provide the opportunity for youth clubs to strengthen climate action and disaster risk reduction work in their communities. For the implementing commitments from the 2021 National Youth Climate Action Summit, including the establishment of divisional climate action advisory working groups. The Fijian youth advocacy efforts can have a significant ripple effect, inspiring others in their communities and beyond to take action and work together across generations. And their passion, determination, and innovative ideas can pave the way for effective climate solutions and policies that prioritize sustainability, resilience, and justice. UNICEF, it's almost 100 Fijians are youth in this country, and they have the power to reach out to the most marginalized to drive change, stating within their homes, said UNICEF Pacific Representative John Rich. UNICEF is honored to be partnering with the Ministry of Youth and Sports in providing a platform dedicated to amplify the voices of young, especially as the climate crisis is one of the 5 opportunities UNICEF globally has prioritized for children and young people to take action on. And conclusion, the Fijian Youth's commitment to climate action sends a powerful message to world leaders and international organizations. It highlights the urgency of addressing climate change, the need for ambitious and immediate action, and the importance of considering the perspectives and voices of the younger generations who will bear the brunt of the consequences if we fail to act now. Ultimately, the endeavors of these 100 Fijian youth serves as a beacon of hope in the face of the climate crisis. The advocacy for intergenerational solidarity reminds us that together across generations, we can build a more sustainable and resilient world. And lastly, their voices and actions must be acknowledged, supported, and amplified to bring about the transformative changes needed to safeguard our planet and secure a prosperous future for all. Those are the two references that we used during our compilation for our oral presentation. One was from the Email Ventures School, and the second one is from the www.unicef.org. Thank you.